You are tuned in to the 2016 NFL Preview. I'm Jake Turner, and this is where the passion for football never ends. All right, AFC out of the way. Let's get into the NFC, the wild and wacky NFC North. Boy, this thing has been crazy this offseason. I mean, the Packers cut Josh Sitton. The Bears signed him. They cut Robbie Gould. Teddy Bridgewater out with a torn ACL. They trade for Sam Bradford, but the Vikings, in my opinion, are not done yet. I'm going to give it to the Packers, though. I think they're going to go 12-4 this year. I felt like this team looked a lot more confident, a lot more angrier. I think they had a good draft. I think Demarius Randall's going to take another step forward. He was excellent last year, the rookie out of Arizona State. They have some linebacker depth, though. They let Sam Barrington go to the Chiefs. They got Kyler Fackrell out of Utah State, and then Blake Martinez, who had an excellent preseason this year. Keep in mind also this name, J-Ron Elliott, and then LaTroy Guion, who's had a good year, and then Mike Daniels, who had a breakout year last year, is even going to get better. They remember that Arizona loss, and then you look at offense with the Packers. I mean, come on. Aaron Rodgers, one of the top three best quarterbacks in the NFL. Jordy Nelson's coming back from injury. They signed Jared Cook. Jared Cook, who had 14 NFL quarterbacks and still has pulled off one heck of a solid NFL career. He's going to get even better with Aaron Rodgers, and Eddie Lacy is lean and mean, and he is back to fight. And I believe that Eddie Lacy is going to have another great year. I am very confident in the Green Bay Packers going 12-4 and being a Super Bowl contender. It's not going to be easy because I get it. Everybody thinks it's going to be so simple for the Packers to win this division. It's not going to be that easy. And I'm going to say the Minnesota Vikings will go 11-5. That's right, I said 11-5, and here's why. Mike Zimmer did it last year. I get Teddy Bridgewater's out, but Sam Bradford is a competent enough quarterback. And if the only question mark is that they have injury concerns. And if Bradford could stay healthy, they still have talent. They have one of the best tight ends with Kyle Rudolph. They got Stephon Diggs, who had a good year last year. And, of course, they got the Rock back there in the backfield, Adrian Mack Truck Peterson. You can't go against the Minnesota Vikings with that running back. And then, of course, their defense, who got better last year. They were ranked in the top 15. They're going to be ranked in the top 10. Be on the lookout for the Minnesota Vikings. A lot of people are counting them out. And, of course, now, Chicago fans, I know you're just racking your brains right now. You're just like, what is this team going to be like? Calm it down. This is going to be the year where they are now going to rise, and they are going to push their way into the 2017 NFL playoffs. Did you really think they were going to go to the playoffs this year? No, I think the Chicago Bears are going to go 8-8. I like what John Fox has done and Ryan Pace. Let's keep this in mind. They're facing an uphill battle with what Phil Emery left them. I like that they signed Jarrell Freeman and Danny Trevathan, and they got Willie Young back. He's going to be starting on the defense this year, on the linebacker core, and then, of course, they got Sam Acho and Leonard Floyd. Can they step up as well? There's a lot of depth on this linebacker core for the first time in a long time. Their defensive line, I think, will marginally be better with Akeem Hicks. Their corners are coming back. Kyle Fuller. Kyle Fuller is coming back, and he's going to be playing against the Houston Texans. So this defense is pretty much healthy and ready to go. Do I believe they're going to be a good defense? Yes. My question mark is the offensive line. Now, they signed Josh Sitton. That's good for them. But their left tackle, Charles Leno, has been having problem after problem in the preseason. I love the Ted Larson signing. Cody Whitehair, drafted out of Kansas State, and Bobby Massey. And then, of course, Jeremy Langford. Can he bring that Matt Forte style that the way Neil Anderson did for the late Walter Payton? Maybe it's possible. Well, we'll see what Jeremy Langford can do. Kadeem Carey and Jordan Howard. It's going to be an interesting year for the Chicago Bears. But I believe that this team is going to go 8-8. And then I got to go to the last place team. I'm sorry, Detroit, but Bob Quinn is running things now. He's from the Patriots, and he knows that this team is not as good as he believes. Now, Calvin Johnson is gone. They got Marvin Jones, good signing. He's a number 2 receiver at best, though. Golden Tate, he's going to step up into the number 1 receiver role. Their tight end is still iffy. I'm not sold on Eric Ebron. I'm not even sold on Brandon Pettigrew. They don't have talent there. And that consistency is definitely missing. Their offensive line is very young, but I like the way Bob Quinn is building up this team. Amir Abdullah needs to take a step forward. They were ranked dead last in rush offense. And then Matthew Stafford. Look, Jake Rudock is in the practice squad. He's waiting for that opportunity. He looked very good in the preseason. And if Matthew Stafford can't step up, mark your calendars next year. Jake Rudock might have a chance at being the starter for the Detroit Lions next year. I'm sorry, Detroit. I like your defense. I like the way you're building. But guess what? Bob Quinn does not like some of the things that are happening. And I think Jim Caldwell is going to get the pink slip. I'm going to go 5-11. That'll do it for the NFC North. And if you got any comments or concerns or comments, I want you to go to speaker.com/Jake Turner Show, and I want you to give your take. Up next is the NFC South. This is the 2016 NFL.